Hey guys, welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to teach you guys how to blend your eyeshadows like a pro. So I already typically do my eye makeup before my face makeup, so we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. Before we do anything, I'm going to go ahead and just fill my brows in real quick. We are just going to jump right into this tutorial. For this tutorial, I'm just going to use my single eyeshadows from Makeup Geek, so I haven't used them in a hot minute. Like, even when I'm going out, I have not used my Makeup Geek single shadows in such a long time, so I'm so excited to dabble back into them. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and apply my brows first so we can speed right through that, because I am just the type of person that likes to do their brows first, because I feel like if I'm blending or anything like that and I'm like, why does it look like shit, it's normally because my brows aren't done, and then I just find it even more hard. I don't want to go in with like a concealer to clean up my brow over top of like a shadow. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill them in pretty quick with my Precisely my brow pencil. So what I like to do first, I'm going to go ahead and clean up my brows just a little bit with concealer. When I typically do like the feathery brow, I don't really like really defining it, just because the feathery brow I feel like could be more effortless, so therefore you don't have to really, I don't know what that sound is. I'm just going to clean up right underneath like the arch mostly. That's where I kind of want to concentrate most of this product, because I feel like a feathery brow is more effortless, so when you really carve out the brow, it could look really bold and done up, and that's not really the brow I'm going for today. If you've been around for a while, you guys probably know that I love using concealer to prime my lids, but in the summertime, I feel like my lids have definitely got a little bit oily, and the last few times I've done my eye makeup, I noticed a lot of greasing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take an eye primer. This is the MAC 24-Hour Extended Eye Base, and I'm just going to take a little bit on that same concealer brush and apply it to my lids, and I'm even going to apply the the concealer over top of it, because I like that the concealer conceals the lids, but this is just gonna give it an extra bit of oomph to really help it stay put. Okay, so then I'm just gonna go ahead and grab my Shape Tape one more time and just put like 2 dots. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab my Crown C457 blender, and I'm pretty much just going to blend this out with this. So once I have that there, I'm going to blend the rest out with my finger. So now you want to make sure you're setting your primers and your concealer, whatever you prime with. You want to make sure you're setting with. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab this powder right here. This is from the Wet n Wild contouring palette. I'm going to go ahead and grab this shade right here. It's like a banana powder, and I'm just going to go ahead and set my lid with this. I've been using this brush by Morphe. It's like from their Rose Gold collection. But it's like, it comes in like a set of 12 brushes for like 40 bucks. So it doesn't have a number on it, but this is what it looks like. It's really, really nice. It's dense, but I feel like it's just a nice brush for kind of all over packing. So I set pretty much my whole lid, inner corner to outer corner, up to the brow bone, to the lash line. So that's pretty much where I set. Now let's go ahead and move on to the shadows. So like I said in the intro, I'm going to go ahead and use my Makeup Geek single shadows. So this is what the palette of my single shadows looks like. And it really helps me that they're in kind of like a gradient order, where they go from like the lightest to the darkest. It kind of helps me a lot, because I know that I'm going to start with the lightest shades and move towards those darker shades. You want to be careful. You don't want to go in with a color that's too dark. You don't necessarily want to go in with like this dark brown or like this black, just because it could be really, really hard to blend out. And then you're also going to need a few blending brushes. So the blending brushes that I really enjoy are the Morphe R38, which looks like this. It's kind of like a tapered brush, and I really like it because it really gets into the crease, but it also, since the bristles around it are shorter, I feel like it just helps blend out the edges of it really well. I've also been enjoying this brush. This is a Morphe M505, which just looks like this, which is like a big fluffy brush, so I've been really liking this one as well. And then I'm also going to take my Morphe M433, which looks like this, which is pretty much just a really cheap, inexpensive dupe to the MAC 217. This is the brush that I really like having. It's really dirty now, so honestly I'm not even sure if I'm going to use this. This is a Crown C433. It's really flat, but it's also fluffy at the same time. I enjoy this for packing on color and then kind of diffusing the edges out, because it still does have that fluffiness to it. And then you just pretty much need a pencil brush for the lower lash line or the outer corner. I like to use 2 different size pencil brushes. So I have the Morphe E36, which is my absolute favorite pencil brush. It looks like this. And then I also like using the Morphe E18 for that outer corner area. So yeah, so we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. What you want to do is you want to take your fluffiest brush and you want to use that brush to apply your transition shade. So my transition shade is going to be, okay, I'm going to go ahead and use this single shadow right here. This is Beaches and Cream by Makeup Geek. And at first I'm going to apply this with my Morphe R38 brush. So I'm just going to really pack that color on, tap off the excess. And I have hooded lids, so I always apply my eyeshadow with my eyes open. If you feel like you can keep your eyes closed, go for it. But I have a lot of folds in my lid, and then I also do have hooded lids, so I just find it better for me if I keep my eyes open, and also if I look down into a mirror. But I also have a mirror on my desk as well. So I'm just going to go ahead, and wherever you initially place your brush is where you're going to get the most product deposited onto your lid. So make sure if you don't want if you don't want a lot of product in this area, you're not applying it there first. If you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean. So I'm going to want most of the product in the outer corner area, so that's where I'm going to place my brush first. And then I'm just going to do windshield wiper motions, which is just back and forth into my crease. This transition shade is just going to help one, if you're going in with darker shades later, that's really going to help blend everything together, and it's also going to help those other shades that you put on as well blend to like a lighter gradient, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to use this color until I get it as intense as I want it to be, and this is also going to really help you kind of like sketch out your makeup look that you want to do. So it's really helpful as well as like a guide. Next up, you can go back in with a different blending brush. So right here, I'm going to go in with that Morphe M505. And I'm not going to put any product on it. I'm just going to really make sure that I'm diffusing those edges, making sure I have no harsh lines. So I always like keeping a clean blending brush next to me. So it's pretty much either this brush or it's honestly the Morphe E23 as well, but recently I've been using the M505 a lot. So now I'm going to go ahead and move on to the Morphe M433, which is like that 217 if you have it by MAC, and we're going to go in with a darker color. So the next darker color I'm going to go into is Tan Lines, and this is by Makeup Geek. It's a really pretty shade. So the darker you get, the kind of smaller you want to get with your brushes, so it creates more depth and definition, but you always want to make sure you have a blending brush next to you to help blend out any harsh lines, or you use that same blending brush you use for your transition shade to really help blend the colors together. So what I'm going to do with this brush is I'm just going to, like I said earlier, wherever you place your brush first is where you're going to get most product. So you just want to make sure you're placing the brush where you want the most product, For this makeup look, I'm just going to make sure that the outer corner has the darkness, and then we're going to go gradually lighter in the inner part. So where I want the darkness is in the outer corner area. So at first I'm going to look down and I'm going to blend that color into my crease. Get it started in my crease, and I'm doing short circular motions with this. As you can see, I'm not going back and forth in windshield wiper motions like I did with the transition shade. What I'm doing is doing little tiny circular motions, and this is going to help blend this shade together. Once I feel like I have less product on this brush is when I'm going to go ahead and start doing that windshield wiper motion again. But one, I'm not going to bring it all the way into the inner corner like I did with that transition shade. And I'm also going to keep on doing the short circular strokes with it, just because it's going to really help the blending process. And then when we get to the outer corner, we're just going to go ahead and flick out the shadow. And then, like I said, short circular motions until you get it as dark as you want it to. I just like to build this shadow up, and then I also like to make sure that I'm covering that outer corner because I want the outer corner to be dark, but I want to also layer the lightest color to the darkest color. So next I'm going to go back in with that transition shade just a little bit. I'm going to pick up a little bit more, and I'm just going to go right over top doing windshield wiper motions again, going back and forth. And then I do the short circular motions just because that really helps blending. So now we're going to go in with a darker color, but I'm going to go ahead and stay with the M433 for right now. The next color I'm going to go ahead and grab is Cocoa Bear, and this is what Cocoa Bear looks like. And then just pack on Cocoa Bear on the side of it, tap off the excess, and then just do the same thing pretty much, but I'm not going to bring it as high up. I'm going to really pack it onto that outer corner area, really close to the lash line, and flick it out. And once I get the product in this area and then also flicking it out, then I'll blend more of it into the crease. So I'm really just packing this on the outer corner area. Short circular motions, feathering it out, making sure everything is nice and blended, and then I will bring this product into the crease as well when I feel like there is less and less product on it. And then I just kind of pack this on until I get it as intense as I want it to be. I'm going to go back in with tan lines on the same Morphe M433 brush, do it on the other side, pack just a little bit on it, and right in this area, like where it's light and then dark, is where I'm going to apply the tan lines shade, just to help blend out Cocoa Bear in that area because I did bring it in a little bit too much. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and grab my pencil brush. This is a Morphe E18 brush, and the next color I'm going to go in with is Mocha, which looks like this. Clearly I love this color. And I'm just going to go ahead and pick this up, and I'm going to put this right in that outer corner, like right where my eyeball kind of like ends is where I'm going to put it. And that's where I'm going to place it. And then we're going to go back in with that M433 with the additional product on it. No additional product on it, just kind of like the product that was left over. And just help blend it out even more. And then this step is totally optional. You could totally leave it like this if you want. You could have left it at Cocoa Bear, or you even could have left it at tan lines. But just because we're getting darker for the sake of the video, I'm just going to add a little bit of black. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the Morphe E36, which looks like this. And this is at Makeup Geek Corrupt. This is such a dark black, so be super careful with this. And I'm just tapping it in. And I'm just going to put this right by my lash line. And then I'm also going to put a little bit in the outer corner. So just like that, you can go back in with that pencil brush and a little bit of Mocha or even Cocoa Bear and help diffuse the harshness, go over top of it. And then I just like taking a little bit of that Cocoa Bear again, and what shade is that? Mocha, and just kind of blending out the outer corner here. I'm just grabbing tan lines on this Morphe R38 brush. I just love this brush for everything. It's so amazing. And I'm just throwing this in the lower crease area right here. So now is pretty much where you can go in with any kind of color you want. You can go in with a light color. You can go in with a, you know, a shimmery shade. I think I might go in with a shimmery shade. This is Shimma Shimma by Makeup Geek. Let's see how this looks. So you're going to just need a flat brush with it. This is a Makeup Forever brush. This is a 226 brush, and I'm just going to pack this color on it. And I want the most product of this in the inner part of the eye. So it's really going to open up the eye. And I like doing some patting motions with this. You could swipe it if you want. I feel like you're going to get the most color payoff though with patting it. I don't think I've ever used this shade all over my lid. And then just go back in with a fluffy brush just to diffuse those edges. Grab tan lines one more time and place that right where Shimma Shimma meets that outer corner area. I didn't think this through. I have a very bronzy look on with a gray shirt. I didn't think this through. I didn't think it through. Okay guys, so I already went ahead and did the rest of my face makeup off camera. If you guys want to check it out, this video should be up after this one. But for the lower lash line, I figured I would just do it on camera for you guys. I am going to zoom you guys in. But for the lower lash line, it's going to kind of be a reverse. You're going to start with the darkest color and blend out to the lightest color. So let's zoom in and I'm going to show you. So this is what the eyes look like. I did change the lid color. I was just not feeling Shimma Shimma by Makeup Geek, so I went in with this one. This is a foiled eyeshadow by Makeup Geek, and it's in the shade Legend. So I just applied that to the lid instead, and I think it looks so beautiful. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab, I'm not going to put black on the lower lash line, so I'm going to actually grab this dark shade. This is Americano, so this is what it looks like. It's a really dark brown. And I'm going to go ahead and grab that Morphe E36 again. And I'm going to grab the E36, and I'm just going to go ahead and place this in the outer corner of the lower lash line. But I'm making sure that the outer corner on the lower lash line connects to the outer corner up here. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm not taking it so far in. I'm not taking it all the way in just because I don't like the way that that looks on my eyes. And then we're going to go back in with Cocoa Bear. Same brush, wipe it off. I'm going to pick up Cocoa Bear. And I'm going to blend this right from where we kind of left off with that. Going back and forth. And then last color, we're going to go in with Beaches and Cream. I'm going to grab a different brush just to help blend this all out. This is a Morphe E28. It's a tapered point, so I feel like this is just going to help me blend better on the lower lash line. So I'm going to pick this up. Fire mascara, and boom. Okay guys, so yeah, that pretty much completes this video. I hope you guys learned something, and I hope this has helped you. I hope this was kind of easier for you to follow. I hope I made sense. Like I said, this face makeup and everything will be up on my channel later after this video, so just stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed so you can get notified for when this video goes live for the face makeup. But yeah, that completes the eye makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below if you want me to do another one of these videos kind of with like a different color. Just let me know. I hope that this helped you guys out. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see next. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you tried this look out, if you tried blending your shadows out, if you took any of my tips and tricks. So give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I'm really sorry. I'm so mad at myself that I have a bronzy face with a gray shirt on. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that, but not the point. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.